Auto sales numbers have come out, started pouring in for the month of October. There is definite boost in numbers on the back of festive demand. What are the numbers looking like? Let's get in Krishnakumar here in the studio. Krishna, good afternoon.
Yes.
Run us through the numbers.
As always, isn't it? On Business Plus here, Shweta, with you. We always keep people abreast with what's happening as far as car and bike sales in India are concerned. Let's begin with all the major players. We're talking about Maruti, M&M, Hyundai and Tata Motors. And if you take a look at the overall numbers, they're all in the green.
All in the green.
All in the green.
And I'm looking at double-digit growth there.
Absolutely. Maruti Suzuki, India's largest car maker, India's largest auto company, 20.5% increase in overall domestic sales. This doesn't include exports. Just sales within India is concerned, it's up 21% to 1.77 lakh units. Bear in mind, this is just for the month of October. Nearly 1.8 lakh units sold for the month of October. What is down in Maruti is what is interesting. Mini and compact segment sales, we'll keep talking about this. The fall in demand for all these hatchbacks and mini compact cars showing up in Maruti. We have so many small Espresso, Alto, so many numbers. All of them are going down 3.5%. Mini and compact segment sales down. But where is it moving up? There you go, Shweta. Utility vehicle sales, look at that number. You're talking about double digit. That's nearly a triple digit number. 91% is the growth as far as this utility vehicles. What are utility vehicles? Your SUVs, compact SUV, big SUV, middle SUV, all SUVs up. People are buying them in huge numbers. Exports too, up 7.5% as far as Maruti Suzuki is concerned. So great shot in the arm for Make in India continuing. Exports up, domestic sales up, SUV sales up, only mini and compact segment down. That's as far as Maruti Suzuki is concerned. If you take up the other auto players like Tata Motors and M&M, you will see the fact that that green trend is progressing. There you go. Tata Motors, overall sales, that includes exports as well, up nearly 6% to 83,000 units to be, and all these numbers, bear in mind, are month-on-month numbers, comparisons as compared to September, when we're saying 6% up. Domestic sales to up 6%, over 80,000 units being sold as far as Tata Motors is concerned. This is all the vehicles within the Tata Motors ambit. And this includes passenger vehicles. We're talking about cars. They're selling car sales from Tata Motors because Tata Motors sells all kinds of vehicles. Car sales is up 7% to above 48,000 units. They've sold 48,000 units and more in just the month of October. Bear in mind, all of these are month-on-month numbers comparison. It's up 7% as compared to the month of September. That's what we're talking about. And as Shweta rightly pointed out, all of these numbers are because this is October, the peak festive demand season. That's the reason why you're witnessing all of these numbers go up. M&M, 32%, again like Shweta talking about, double-digit growth in sales, 80,600 units total sales. Bear in mind all that M&M sells, and M&M sells everything from passenger cars to tractors, bear in mind. So that's why this is total sales number, good for M&M. But as far as car sales and specifically domestic car sales is concerned for M&M, all your favorite M&M cars, they sold 35% more than the month of September. And all the utility vehicles, there you go, 36% growth in M&M's utility vehicles. You're talking about your XUV 700 as well. Great sales for XUV 700. See a smile on Shweta's face for that car. We also have the only thing that's going down as far as M&M is concerned. That's the export figure. Export figure is down 33% over here. And also, it's not a big number. These numbers, the percentage is high. They exported around 2,700 vehicles in September. In October, it was down to 1,800 vehicles, probably because they're selling more in India and not exporting enough to people outside. So we won't take that number all that seriously. But look at this one, 18% growth in sales for Hyundai, nearly 69,000 units sold in the month of October. People have been buying Hyundai cars, Tata cars, Maruti cars. Domestic sales up 15%. And the reason why we're classifying this separately, domestic sales, because Hyundai's India unit also exports as well. So there you go, exports too up 36%. Great shot in the arm. Hyundai, which came to India to make cars for India, is now exporting cars from its India unit. Great news, and that number keeps going up every single month, and it's gone up with a quantum leap because of that festive demand we're talking about. All that is four-wheelers. Let's quickly shift focus to two-wheelers. Hero MotoCorp sales up 26%. So this is wheel agnostic. Car sales, four-wheeler sales are up. Two-wheeler sales too up 26% to 5.3 lakh bikes being sold by Hero Moto. All bikes of Hero Moto put together. Then we have MG Motors. We have a car sales in between. MG Motors up 17% to 5,100. Bear in mind, MG Motors is being on the anvil of being sold to Sajan Jindal. We will talk about that later. But as far as the two-wheeler sales are concerned, if you can pull up the Bajaj Auto pack numbers, Bajaj Auto up 19% to more than 4.7 lakh. 4,70,000 bikes being sold by Bajaj Auto for the month of October. So, Shweta, look at that. Domestic sales up 35% for Bajaj Auto. Overall sales up in the double-digit mark as well. So, Bajaj Auto having a fantastic October, because when you talk festive demand, Shweta, we always talk about car sales. Fact of the matter is that India is such a big two-wheeler market that festive sales, or auto festive sales, also means huge number of two-wheelers. Look at that. 5 lakh two-wheelers roughly sold just for the month of October.
Right.
That's what tells you the demand that India has for two-wheelers as well. Shweta, back to you.
All right, Krishna, talking about these numbers look very fancy, but what picture do they tell you? If I were to ask you, all of them double-digit growth, which of them stand out? Is it two-wheeler, four-wheeler, three-wheeler market? Which of them expanded the most?
Right. All I can say is that all the numbers, that's why we call it car and bike sales zoom, because they're all up. I cannot pick a secular trend over here,
right,
because we're all talking about the month of October. It's the month when Indians do high ticket spending. It's pent-up demand also showing up in the month of October. Everybody waiting for that auspicious month of October to finally go ahead with their car purchase, to finally go ahead with their two-wheeler bike purchase. So if you ask me, all these numbers point to only one trend, and that's that festive mood has propped up sales more than it would, but that happens every year. I would not even be surprised if the numbers stay up for the month of November as well, when we discuss this on the 1st of December. So
right,
the only secular trend I can pick out is that the festive demand is up and running, which is a good sign. People have not shied away from festive demand. So there is no ugly surprise as far as festive demand is concerned. Festive demand is 2 thumbs up, double-digit growth. That's the only trend I can pick up. Apart from the fact that these numbers might have missed the estimates of some analysts out there. And I'm only saying that because you saw the auto pack, all auto stocks correcting in the day's trade today, which is a bit of an oxymoron considering the kind of sales numbers that they've put up. So, so assuming that that's a market factor and the fact that auto stocks have already run up, I would keep that aside and generally talk about sales numbers. I would just say it's auto companies cashing in on festive demand.
Auto companies cashing in on festive demand, and as you rightly pointed out, the expectation for the month of November is higher again.
Yes.
And that is on the back of Diwali. The festive season is not ending any time before December.
Absolutely agree with Shweta, and spot on, because this time we have a late Diwali. We have a late Diwali coming in November. You can have a Diwali in late October as well, but this is one of those years when we have a late Diwali, which means you can have this staggered festive demand across October and November.
Right.
I am fairly sure the expectations on November monthly sales is going to be extremely high. And my only question is, can it beat these numbers?
Okay.
Can it beat the October numbers?
A very high baseline there for these numbers. But the one trend, I know you can't pick between segments, but one trend that for me stood out specifically and has been reinstated again and again is that people are buying more SUVs. They're not buying mini vehicles, they're not buying compact vehicles anymore. They're aspirational, and if you are to buy a car, might as well buy an SUV.
Yeah, and they're very cognizant of the quality of roads that we have here. I think that they're more sure that, like, I want to have a car that deals with any kind of roads, kind of a thing. But whatever be the reason, it's over the last year, we've been discussing this, especially over the last year to 12 to 18 months, it's become very pronounced that the average Indian car buyer is not interested in a brittle small car anymore. Even if it is a small car that they want to buy a compact SUV or a mini SUV or a subcompact SUV, as these new categories have emerged. So SUVs, one thing I would like to add is that it's not one SUV that's selling. The entire spectrum of SUVs, from mini to a subcompact SUV to a full-blown SUV and MUVs. So
I mean, look at Maruti's number. For someone who's a late entrant into the SUV party, reporting a double-digit, over 20%
probably that's
growth.
why their base has been low, because other people have been killing it in the SUV segment. Maruti has not been killing it in the SUV segment. Thankfully, you have the Jimneys and cars that are doing really well these days, So Maruti is sort of playing catch-up.
91% growth in the SUV segment.
Incredible number. But the overall
Suzuki
number, if you take a look at it, the overall number for SUVs, is not that great. It's not like the highest number of, but for Maruti, the one fact of the matter is that it's posted its highest ever sales as far as SUVs are concerned for the month of October. So you really did pick out a really good trend in that sense, that like Maruti has been a standout performer as far as SUV sales are concerned. And that's again because what you explained, they have been a laggard. They're finally catching up.
Maruti there finally catching up. In fact, numbers there speaking a story and weaving a story of India's growth, consumption, aspirations to buy a better, more sturdier and a bigger vehicle to apply on Indian roads. We continue to bring you all these auto numbers here on News 9. But with that, we've run out of time. Thank you very much for watching.